Thanks, everyone. Of course, we wouldn't be able to make this magic happen without the help of our lovely friends at Benefit Cosmetics. Benefit, thank you for empowering steps to success career coaching. Benefit has always believed that beauty runs deeper than the surface, and after decades of helping women look and feel their best, the daughters and nieces of co-founders Jean and Jane Ford have taken this philosophy beyond the beauty counter. In 2015, Benefit started the Bold is Beautiful project, which partners with local charities around the world, like Step Up, to foster women's empowerment through education, access to wellness, and financial self-sufficiency. Thank you for supporting Step Up, and thanks to our Benefit mentors who are supporting this program. And thanks for the awesome bronzer. Jess Mara loves the blush. I love the eyebrow gel. We love Benefit and excited. I saw some new products being launched today, so excited to try those out too. Our hope for our time together is that you all as coaches leave feeling prepared and excited for your journey with your young adult. We will go through steps to success career coaching, what to expect in each call, and some best practices that will lead you to success. We'll have questions at the end, but also there's a few opportunities to ask some questions. So if anything comes up, write them down and raise your hand when the time comes. So first, a little bit about steps to success career coaching, S2SCC, as we call it behind the scenes. But Steps to Success Career Coaching is an exclusive opportunity for young adults to receive one-on-one coaching from a member of the Step Up Network. Over 3 months, pairs follow a structured coaching program based on the young adult's goals. There are 4 calls over the 3 months, a getting to know each other call, and then 3 career coaching calls with 3 at-home exercises for the young adults to complete to prep for their upcoming call. So it'll be call, exercise, call, exercise, call, call. I always do that too much, but so call, exercise, call, exercise, call. Okay. So let's talk about the different coaching plans. So there's 3 different coaching plans. There's the Career Clarity coaching plan, Career Competitive, and Career Catalyst. Career Clarity is very foundational. It's about gaining self-awareness to determine a fulfilling career path. This program is especially for those that feel lost and confused about career options or looking to gain more self-confidence. Pairs will start by exploring values and strengths, building to interests and mindsets, and then planning how to take action. The exercises on the left should be completed one at a time before the corresponding call on the right. So Career Clarity is one of the 3 coaching plans that you and your young adult will decide which one to follow. So Career Clarity, Career Competitive, and Career Catalyst. Career Competitive is for the girls that are currently in the job search and application process. And this plan, pairs will practice tailoring application materials to specific job posts and work on their interview skills. They will start by exploring the experiences, building into interview skills, and taking action through a personal pitch exercise and mindset reset. Again, the exercises on the left should be completed one at a time before the corresponding call on the right. So all of the exercises are listed on the left. And we'll talk through this a little bit more with the call guides and the exercise guides. But all of those exercises prep your young adults for the corresponding call. So that prep exercise gets them ready and prepped to talk with you through the resume call. The compass exercise preps them for the interview call. And then the personal pitch exercise preps them for the mindsets call. So each call will happen, or I'm sorry, each exercise will happen one at a time and right before the corresponding call. Again, we'll talk through this more when we go through the guides in a little bit. And the last coaching plan is the Career Catalyst coaching plan. So this is a more general goal setting and action planning plan to support the young adult in taking their career goals to the next level, utilizing goal psychology and theory. Again, you will explore, build skills, and take action. And again, the exercises on the left should be completed before the corresponding call on the right. Okay, so those are the plans. But how will you know which plan to follow with your young adult? And this will happen during the Coach Connect call. So that very first getting to know each other call, really informal goal tone setting call where you build your relationship and create a safe space for the young adult to feel vulnerable with you and be excited. And yes, this will be emailed to you. I'll email the recording of this orientation as well as the links to all of these resources. So in this first call, the very first getting to know each other call, this is where you'll lay the foundation of trust and transparency. You'll share where you are in your career journey, your current interests and hobbies, and you'll connect on future goals. You will also create a contract for your relationship over the 3-month commitment and schedule your other 3 coaching calls. So you'll get to know each other. You'll determine which coaching plan will serve the young adult best, and then you'll schedule the rest of your calls and establish your communication norms. So communication norms like, do we text each other between the calls? How do we remind each other of a call that you've scheduled together? Is email the best form of communication, or is there another way that we can make sure we're on the same page? So you'll establish those communication norms in this first call together. So let's head to the Google Drive where we can find all of this. Jasmira is going to bring us over to the Google Drive, and this is where the link that you'll get that will give you access to all of these resources. So, and you and your young adults both have access to this same exact Google Drive. So they are using all of the same materials and being pointed to this exact same thing. So you see exactly what they see exactly what you see. To the Google Drive, you didn't have access to that. Okay, well, I'll have to figure that out. Does anybody else? So Aja dropped the link in the chat. Perfect. Is anyone else having issues accessing? Same. Okay, well, let's definitely figure that out before we keep going.
Yeah, Sophia, I'm noticing that all of our visible employees don't have access. Do you have a shared drive set up with Sarah Glickstein?
I do not have any other drive set up besides this at this moment. So I can definitely troubleshoot that for us moving forward. But in this moment, I do not have anything else but the Google Drive set up.
Yeah, our firewalls are very intense
Okay.
over on the Visible by Verizon side. So we won't be able to access it, but we'll get to it at another time. Right. No worries.
Yeah. And Jasmira is going to be sharing her screen and get us all, we'll walk through it all together now. And then we'll do some troubleshooting after so we can get everybody access. But does anybody who's not a visible employee also not have access? Sherry, I see a little nod. You're good, Sherry. Who else? Stronda, thank you. Okay, great. Jasmira, my dear. Perfect, thank you. Okay, so this is what the Google Drive looks like, as you can see on your screen. So there's 3 folders: the Career Catalyst folder, the Career Clarity folder, Career Competitive folder. So we're going to start with Career Clarity. That's the coaching plan. That's the coaching plan that is was most popular in the fall, at least. So we'll start there and then we'll go over the other ones. So when you open that folder, there's 2 documents. There's the call guide and the exercise guide. The call guide is what you'll use to talk with your young adult during your scheduled career coaching calls. So you can go ahead and open that, Jasmira. Perfect, thank you. So the Career Clarity Call Guide, and go ahead and scroll down. And so this is the plan. So there's the first phase, which is explore, and the second phase, build skills. Third phase, take action. There's the values exercise and then the strengths call. So what's in the dark orange is what is in this packet. So the strengths call, the mindsets call, and the compass call. So you can go ahead and scroll down. So thanks, Jessica, the strengths call. This is your guide for the call. So what you should touch on at the top, you'll practice strength spotting in the young adults and offer feedback about the strengths that you heard them express, what your role is as the career coach, and then a breakdown of what the timing is for that call. So an introduction, where you'll just like break the ice a little bit, catch up, and then share what you'll be doing in the call. Your review of the exercise they did, the one exercise that they did before this call, that's prepping them for the strengths call. So you'll talk about the values exercise that they did, and the reflection questions are at the bottom of that page. And then the My Stories, My Strengths exercise, which is also linked below. So this is the meat of that call, what will take the most time in that call. And then you'll finish, and you can scroll down to the next page, Jasmira, with some next steps. So some reflection questions from that main exercise, a goal setting and action planning. Each call will end with a goal setting and action planning moment. And then making sure that they know the next date and time for the next call, and making sure that it still works for them. And then also making sure that they're clear that what exercise they need to do next before your next coaching call. Okay. And then this is very important, and please, I cannot beg you enough to complete the call attendance tracker that is linked at the end of each of these calls. So each call, you should be logging in, following the link that is there. So it says, Coach, please complete the coach attendance tracker here. You can just click that link, and it should take no more than 4 minutes. And it's just letting us know who you are, who your coachee is, who your young adult is, the date and the time of your call. And if you have any notes on it, there's a space for you to share them there. So that is kind of, Jasmira, you can scroll down to the next one. That's the same thing for all of the calls, right? You have the objective at the top, you have your roles, and then the breakdown, the timing breakdown of the call, and then the exercise reflection questions at the bottom on the first page. This exercise, so the WOOP, Wish Opportunity Obstacle Plan, for example, in this call, that's an external link. So that'll bring you to another website that'll walk you through the main exercise of this call. Okay, we'll go to the Career Clarity exercise guide just to walk you through what an exercise guide looks like. And then we'll chat some more. Okay, so this is an exercise guide. So this is the one where these are the exercises. So it's dark orange on the left, because they're the exercises that lead to the calls on the right. So this is This is what the young adult is doing between the calls to prep themselves for the next call. They're doing this on their own. They have this, but obviously you have access to this, will have access to this too. Even if you're not getting into the Google Drive now, you will before your coaching calls start. We'll get all this to you. So they're doing this. It's not a PDF that they can like type into. They'll need a journal, they'll need to do it in an external, they'll need to take notes, do it somewhere else. It's a guide for them to do this exercise. So not a PDF that they can fill out, but they can still do the exercises. And so this is the values exercise, and then all 3 exercises are in here. Interest, these exercises are really reflective, really shouldn't take more than 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes for them. And helping them to think and get ready for their coaching calls with you. Okay, Just Mara, we can go to, actually, can you go back to the just Google Drive page? I know we're having some trouble accessing, and so we'll get that. I'll like work on that. We'll do some elfing on our end to make sure that this is ready and good for you in the next when I send a follow-up email. But any questions on this Google Drive now? Okay, we'll go through a few more things, and if any questions come up, I'll ask again. So Jess-Mara, will you open the Career Catalyst folder? So this is probably the second most popular program or coaching plan. And again, this is their call guide is linked in here, and the exercise guide is linked in here. So also, again, the young adult will have access to this. They're seeing the same thing you are. They can open the call guide and follow along with you if they want. You can open the exercise guide. You can do it too between each call. However you guys want to do it, you both are seeing the same things. And again, for this exercise guide, it's not one of those fill-in PDFs. They can do it on a journal or something else that they have themselves. All right, let's go back to the folder, and we'll go to the Coach Connection call guide. So this is the very first call. If you've done this program before, it used to be called the Discovery Guide. This Discovery call, we're keeping with the CCs and changed it to Coach Connect. So this is your first call that you'll have with your young adults. This first page is the same format, so letting you know of the objectives of the call, your role, and then a breakdown of the timing. So again, this is where you're really getting to know each other. You're connecting on some commonalities or some interests or what your career journey or goals are. You're going to decide which coaching plan is the best, which one you'll be following over the 3 months. And then you'll review the plan, set a goal, and schedule the remaining calls. So at the end of your first call together, you should have all of the rest of your coaching calls planned on each other's calendars, knowing and like ready, good to go for that. And then establishing communication norms. So getting clear on if you're texting each other, if you're emailing each other, what your communication between the calls, if they need a reminder before the call, what that looks like. If they don't, if you want to push them to be that much more professional, whatever it is, however you decide your communication norms are, this is when you would do it. And so here's some questions to connect. You can use these as much or as little as you'd like to. They're here to spark some interest or inspiration. And then what's the next page? Okay, so this is where you'll choose a coaching plan. So you'll ask your young adult these questions and they'll rate how their confidence level in each of these. And based on their scores, so let's say like they're 3 or 4 or 5s, you'll tally all of those up and then calculate what that comes to, which if they're 3, 4s, or 5s, that would be probably career competitive. So between 41 to 60 plan. So that's going to point you to which, based off how they're rating themselves, their self evaluation, that would be the plan that they should follow. But if they're like, oh, that's great, career competitive, I see that I like scored that way, but I actually really want to do career catalyst, and I think that would serve me best. This is their journey. It's your journey as a coaching pair. Please like follow that plan if that's the one that they want to do and feel like it would serve their goals best. And then, so also just a good exercise too, to see where they are where they're falling and how they're feeling about things. So again, next steps, creating a SMART goal, and then, the call attendance tracker. So, the most important, a very important piece, we love our data, we need our data. I please ask you to fill out that call attendance tracker at the end of each call, and to make sure that your young adult does it too. Makes all of us very happy here at Step Up. Okay, so good on that. That should be good. Yep. And then finally, I see some questions in the chat, some really good questions too. I want to get to them, but first we'll go through the coach resource guide and see if maybe this answers any of them. So these are some skills. Oh yeah. Actually, sorry, Jasmira, thank you. Let's answer some of these questions first. So I see Christina, is there any expectation that the coachee sends the coach their exercise work in advance of the session? Not an expectation from us that they share that, since at the top of each call, there is those reflection questions. So you'll be asking them to share about their exercise, about that exercise with you. And you'll be asking more questions like for them to dig deeper with you. So if you want to see it in advance and have them send it just to make sure that they are prepped, that's something that you could set with them. That's not an expectation from us, but if you want to set that, seems like a fair expectation from you. Do they have the option of pursuing 2 or 3 paths, or must focus only on one? Yeah, this is a great question. For the timing of it, I would say focus on one and just do one. And then if they want to do another one, they can sign up for career coaching in the fall, or you both have access to it and you want to continue your relationship and you want to continue this like off the books, you can do that. That's fine. They'll have access to it, but only do one and also for our evaluation purposes, it just like makes it easier if you only do one. Okay. Also great question. Oh, we have so many questions. I love it. What happens post program? Up to you, Keisha. You get to decide with your coachee, with your young adult, what your relationship looks like moving forward. So we have pairs that have monthly phone calls, that have quarterly email check-ins, that text every week, whatever it may be. So you and your coachee will determine that, your young adult will determine that together. I know like some people want to continue doing the next round of coaching with their young adult, or their young adult wants to do it with their coach. And so I'm open to it, but also really want to push the growing of a professional network. So as much as of this is like building a mentorship relationship, it's also an opportunity for the young adults to grow their professional network, get to know you, and you can give them resources and continue to. So if they're only with you for 4 years, then that limits the professional network that they could build. So we'll have, if you're interested, or your young adult is interested, have them sign up again, have you sign up again as a coach, and then we'll see where the signups fall. And if you are still the very best coach that fits all of your young adults' needs, then we would match you again. But if there's somebody else on either end that could benefit from meeting somebody new, then we would match them with somebody new. And you guys are welcome to continue your relationship outside of the career coaching program. Okay. Okay, so great question, Jennifer Telford. Is there a specific guide aimed for a teen who knows what she wants to do and now just needs to start applying to colleges? So this is a young adult program. This is a program for young adults 18 to 29. So they have already graduated from high school. So if they are in that stage, I would probably do career clarity, because they're looking for some clarity and guidance on what their values and their interests are to help them figure out what their next step would be. Call attendance tracker is just name, date, which call you did. That's it. So we're not asking for a report on what happened in the call, what was shared. It's literally just name and date of the call. And then probably Alicia. Yes. Okay, so let's go through some skills and resources, and then we'll open it back up for if there's any more questions. Those were really good ones. Appreciate that. But we have some additional things to cover. So I want to talk through some coaching skills. I know a lot of you have been coaches either with us before, you're coaches at home, getting your partner to do the dishes, or your children to do what you need them to do, or you're a coach with your colleagues at work. In some way, you all have been coaches in some area of your life. And so we know you're going to be great. And also want to talk about some additional skills and resources to help you serve the young adults best. So coaching is about using questions to unlock a person's potential in order to maximize their performance. For coaching to be the most effective, the young adult must find that key for herself. So the coach's role is to support the thinking and the exploration of the young adult. And the coaching skills and resources guide in the Google Drive will talk through the skills and best practices for you to be an effective coach. And we'll go through it slide by slide here. So first, what is the difference between coaching and mentoring? Step Up is a mentorship organization, but we're doing career coaching. So what's the deal here? A mentor is someone who shares their knowledge, skills, or expertise and gives advice and solutions. So they're really solutions focused, where coaching uses thought-provoking questions to partner with their coachee in order to unlock their potential and their own performance. So since we are a mentorship organization and there's some natural mentoring that will happen in these sessions, I think the focus here and why it's called career coaching and why we're focusing on the coaching is that they're unlocking answers for themselves. So we're starting with in this program, in these sessions, in these calls, starting with questions, not solutions. And also in practicing the most important coaching skills. So there's 3 important coaching skills, which are active listening, summarizing, and asking powerful questions. Active listening involves giving the other person time to explore their thoughts and feelings. And so they should be given time for that. It's a process that uses a lot of patience. So pauses, leaning into some uncomfortable silences so that the young adult can fill them, and it's not you or the coach or anybody else filling those silences. You can think about the 80-20 rule. So 80% of the time is the young adult speaking, and 20% of your time together is the coach. The next important skill for coaching is summarizing. So a summary should use the words said by the young adult to maintain their ownership of the narrative and to remove the need for the young adult to continuously restate or elaborate on what they said. So after a young adult, after she shares something, then using their words and saying it back to them to make sure that you are not misinterpreting anything, that there's not anything that, or giving her the opportunity to elaborate on whatever was said. It builds trust and awareness and inspires reflective thought on what they shared. And a summary does not contain advice, opinion, or reinterpretation. And then lastly, powerful questions. So again, resisting the urge to provide solutions and starting with powerful questions. This is the biggest takeaway from this whole session, I think. We're all smart and extremely successful powerhouses, and providing those solutions for the young adults really, it stops them from figuring out and discovering their own ways. So here are some powerful questions are open-ended questions that are hard to answer yes or no. They use some of the words that were shared in the young adults and what they said. So it's a form of summarizing too. And they help the young adult discover meaning and purpose. So here are some examples of powerful questions. Tell me more. When you say blank, why is that important? What does that give you? For what purpose? Versus not so powerful questions. Can you, could you, will you? All of those are yes or no, or actually like leading a solution or advice. And then resources. So in that packet, in that resource guide, in the Google Drive, there are additional resources. So there's mental health resources for young adults, and then there's self-care for coaches, because it's important to keep your cup full too. So mental health resources, this is career coaching, and a very structured plan that should really focus on help contain the focus to be career oriented, but we're all human and things come up, and especially with our demographic and wanting to have all bases covered and have you feeling confident and competent as a coach and somebody in a young person's life. We included mental health resources that you can share with the young adults as you see fit. And then self-care for you, because we want you to be your best selves too in these. And so there are some resources in there for you to take care of yourself also. Okay, I said a lot. I would like us to do a quick activity. We're gonna put you into breakout rooms, coach. So there's going to be 3 of you coaches in a breakout room, and you all will practice doing some coaching. together. You can, if any of you have access to the Google Drive, you can use the resource. You can use the call guides as a resource, as some as a framework template for this exercise, or if you don't have access to it, and I'll be doing some ELF work on the side to try to get you access while you're all are in this breakout room. You can do some coaching together. So there should be 3 of you in a room.